Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Thunder Today YouTube channel. I am your host, Dylan Hibbard, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the Thunder's FanDuel and TV deal going down in 2 years. It'll be wrapping up, so we'll talk about the implications of if you have a FanDuel account and you're used to watching the Thunder, where you might have to go. We'll talk about if Lu Dort is a top 5 defender in the league. We will talk about what Nikola Topic's role is expected to be on the Thunder next year. And then, of course, it is Friday, so we will be going over the weekend review of Thunder news at the end of it. But first off, we'll just talk about the FanDuel contract for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That will be wrapping up in 2 years, so Thunder will have to sign a new deal at that 2-year mark, and in that 2-year mark, that's when the Thunder will be transitioning into that new arena. So we could very well see the Thunder going after a new TV sponsorship deal other than FanDuel. You could see things like Bally Sports possibly doing it. You can see other companies taking charge. But just to kind of let you guys know, for if you are people that keep the FanDuel network out and you're watching your Thunder games through there, that will be coming up in just 2 short years. So whenever that 27-28 season's upon us and we're possibly in that new arena, we could have a whole new TV corporation kind of doing our games and through us through their network. So just something to kind of watch out for you guys who are involved with the FanDuel network, that you might be having to change your subscription at that point in time. But we'll transition next into talking about the possible, is Lu Dort a top 5 defender in the league? And a big time decision, because a lot of people value defenders in a different ways. Some people might value the rim protection and blocks more than steals and perimeter players. Some people will value the being able to lock down a guard and pickpocketing them and forcing them to pass instead of just blocking a shot at the rim. And for people, I think most people will agree that Victor Wembanyama is probably the consistent first overall, first best defender, and I think that's kind of well made. But then you kind of get into your conversation of guys like Evan Mobley, Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert. Are those better defenders than guys like an Alex Caruso, Jrue Holiday, Lu Dort, who are out on the perimeter causing havoc for the guards, compared to being down low and averaging 3 blocks a game? And I think without a doubt, Wemby is the best defender in the league. But when you look at it from just a perimeter standpoint and who guards the best on the wing and perimeter involving steals and being able to just be versatile and not only guard one position but possibly guard all four, possibly guard 4 positions, if not all 5. And I think, I'm not sure if Lu Dort is a top 5 defender in the league. I feel like he's probably closer to that 5 to 10 range than the top 5. I just feel like when you have guys like Wembanyama, you have Evan Mobley, I think Chet is a better defender than Lu Dort on the Thunder. I don't think Lu Dort's even the best Thunder defender, because we've talked about that before. I think Chet, especially with his ceiling, could be the best defender in the league one day as well. And then you have to look at guys like Jrue Holiday, Alexander Walker. You have guys like that who guard on the perimeter and are considered top of the line defenders. You have teammates like Caruso who can make their case to being a just straight up better defender than Lu Dort. But kind of just talking about this because Kendrick Perkins gave his top 5 defenders list, and he had Lu Dort 5. He actually had Alex Caruso 1, which that's just Kendrick Perkins kind of being crazy. He had Wembanyama in there. He had Rudy Gobert, and I believe the other one was Evan Mobley. So I think if you consider those 3 being the top defenders, can Lu Dort kind of sneak in there and be that 4-5 slot? I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me down below what you guys think. If you guys think Lu Dort is a top 5 defender, if you think he's might not even be the best defender on the team, you might think Caruso or J-Dub or Chet or even Wallace is better than Dort. I wouldn't go that far. I still think Lu Dort is definitely a top 3 defender, depending on how you look at it with Chet and Alex Caruso. But let me know down below what you guys think. Do you guys think Lu Dort is a top 5 defender? Do you think it's closer to the 5-10 range, or do you think he's kind of outside of the top 15? I don't think he is granted, because he made that all defensive team with J-Dub, especially on the first team. But let me know down below what you guys think about that. But then we'll transition into what Nikola Topic's role will be for the Thunder this year. There's been a lot of chatter and talks about within the coaching staff of what he could possibly bring to the team next year, because you saw in Summer League AJ Mitchell pop off, and now that's just going to be another guard position that is going to have to get minutes. And from Topic's standpoint, he's going to be a guy who I think will get big-time minutes at certain points in this regular season just to kind of show what he can do. And I think he's going to have highlights of looking like a top 5 pick like he was supposed to be before that injury. And I just think it really just comes down to, can he shoot the ball consistently, and can he defend even at an average level? I think that's what the Thunder are looking for. They know he can pass the heck out of the ball. He can finish at the rim. He's a better passer and finisher than Josh Giddey was, so we're hoping if he can just be a little bit better at shooting than Giddey was, and then just even average at defense, you're going to be getting that better version of what we were hoping to get with Giddey. And he can turn into that backup point guard that you're hoping you can keep long-term on those cheap deals, because he's just now going to be technically his first season this year, so you're going to have him on these cheap contract years when you're contending. It's someone who you can look at, or if it comes worst case scenario and you're coming trade deadline and you're not looking as strong as you did look last year, maybe you were dealing with a couple of injuries, knock on wood, maybe you go out and Topic is maybe cornerstone piece of a trade where you go out and get a guy who can help the Thunder just continue to build on that championship window and do that. So, I mean, it's something to kind of look at. I've known we've seen reports on how a lot of people think this could be a year where he kind of pops off and he's a big part of what the Thunder do, or he can be one of those things where it maybe takes him an next year to get going and he's not having a massive role this year like AJ Mitchell, but in that year 2 leap, he could turn into having that big role on the bench. So just something to kind of watch for these next couple of weeks and going into preseason is how the Thunder coaching staff is going to approach Topic, and if we're able to see Topic get those big-time minutes, or if it's going to be one of those A.J. Mitchell roles almost from last year where he's getting 10 to 12 minutes a game, and if he is he being productive in those 10 minutes? Is he being a plus on the court, or is he being a minus? So just kind of continuing to look over things in that aspect. But we'll wrap up this week with a review on what's gone on this week on the channel and Thunder in general. Not a lot has been going on this week. It's kind of that dead period in the NBA season where not a lot of stuff is going on in the offseason. We're just kind of listening to talks and rumors about what could possibly be going on. The big news of the week outside of the Thunder was the De'Aaron Fox extension, which is kind of big for Thunder just because he is in the West, and that kind of giving that much to a player with the Spurs when they're so young and they're going to have to pay all those guys. It's just something to kind of watch out from a Thunder perspective. But that'll be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. It helps out the channel a lot. Make sure you hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.